Hello, my lovely people. Or should I say, that's not even a live view. What the heck is going on here? Did my camera not turn on? We're having some technical difficulties. Maybe I just have to reactivate the camera. Grok is not cooperating. My camera is not cooperating. I refresh it. Anyway, happy Monday, my lovely people. Oh, this is great. Let me add. We got some exciting background music. Luckily, nobody's watching but me. I've had a couple people pop in and out while I'm trying to get Grok to work. So we're just going to hang tight. Ooh, is that live? Hey, that's a live view. It's a little askew, but there it is. Is that working? Salutations. Say what? Salutations, lovely people in my computer. I forgot to change the title of the video, so we're still in Saturday. It's a bass jam. Oh, a bass jam. Yippa yippa bo. Wicka wicka wah. Say what? I'm gonna try and get Grok to work again. Ugh. It just doesn't want to give me today's history. Maybe nothing historical has happened. I am looking forward to it. Let's see what happens here. I'm gonna go back to my main question channel. No. Grok, let's quit everything. We're gonna restart. I hope you're having a fun Wednesday from TI. What's TI? A little background music. While I try and figure out from it. Oh, I see. I didn't see the previous message. Surely not gonna have a hard time adjusting to your long weekend. Man, yeah, I can imagine. Any multiple days off. What is going on with Grok today? Oh my god. Something weird is going on. Let's try something here. I don't know what to do. I guess I could just do like a regular old-fashioned Google search. How boring is that? And I've had to restart my question. Ooh, here it goes. Okay. I had to go to X to get it. Maybe the app, and it's still not working. 15 relevant web pages. Who knows? Let me do a Google search. I know. Did I say it was Wednesday? I said Monday. I do know what day it is. I did say I forgot to change the title of the video before I went live. I thought I could still change it, but anywho, let's see if we can do an old-fashioned Google search. What happened in music history today? I guess I should do my little intro here. This day in music. Yeah, there you go. 4 days ago. That's not very exciting. All right, well, we got a couple things to pick from here. Classical music. In classical music. I'll start up another tab just for that, so that I can have a little of both. Anyway, where are we at? Duplicate. What happened in classical music history today? That's not what I wanted. Today is just not the day, apparently. Let me do my intro while I try to figure out my technological stuff. I moved some things around since I was over there in the living room. Let's see, can you come over here? Hey, there you are. Hello, salutations, lovely people in my computer. Today is Monday, 4/14/25. You are watching Durante's House of Music. You are watching me struggle to get it together here. I am Tom Durante, the maestro, your guide to all things musical. From piano repair and harpsichord repair, music theory, music production, live performance, and lots of things in between. Let's see what we can get into today, if anything wants to work. Which it does not. We're all just having a collective Monday. Had to restart the internet again. Let's try this again. Please answer my question. That's all I ask. It's quite simple. I want to know what happened today in music history. So I pulled up a search on Brave, and it gave me an AI answer, which I guess is close enough. What if? Booyah, what if we did? I hate to do it, but what if we went to chat and jip it? I do have an account, but let's see. Actually, let me see. I have it on my phone. Chap GPT. That's a better name for it. I like that. Hello, chap. Chap GPT. Can you answer me this? It'd be a good... Ooh, is it gonna work? Absolutely. All right. Chap GPT has a little something to say. But first, let me hydrate. I know what day it is. All right. So I asked for specifically 6. Here are 6 family-friendly, widely varied music history facts for April 14th. Perfect for your live stream. We'll see about that, chap. I've just renamed Chat GPT to Chap GPT. So, there you have it. Maybe I need to zoom in my camera. Well, I was just kind of... There were a lot of, death and morbid things that were happening in our history, so I was just like, well, let me just kind of specify that I would like it to be family-friendly. Because, death is a little sad. A little sad. That's all. Just trying to get my camera right. Is that better? It looks better. Durante's House of Death. No, that's not a thing. All right. First radio concert from an airplane, 1922. On April 14th, 1922, my microphone stopped sitting friendly where I want it. There we are. I promise. 16 minutes in, I'll get it together here soon, I promise. All right, here we go. Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? We're all ready. On April 14th, 1922, soprano Jeanette Vreeland made history by performing the first radio concert from an airplane as she flew over New York City. This pioneering event showcased the possibilities of combining aviation and broadcasting technology. I hazard a guess that it's probably the last time anybody broadcasted a radio show from an airplane. Given the technical difficulties that I'm having from live streaming a broadcast from my bedroom, I imagine an airplane's that much more difficult. Emma says, let's go. She's ready. I'm ready. Camera up here's ready. Camera over there's ready. Microphone ready. Pop filter. Poppin'. Let's go. Number 2. Van Cliburn's triumph at the Tchaikovsky competition in 1958. American pianist Van Cliburn won the inaugural International Tchaikovsky competition in Moscow, Russia, on April 14th, 1958. His victory during the Cold War era was a significant cultural achievement, and led to his appearance on national television in the U.S. Wow, we're making... Oh, these are not in order. I love that. I'm going to try and put these in order. So, going well before the first one, 1922, we're going to jump to 1688. This is going very well. Birth of composer Johann Friedrich Fasch. 1688. Born on April 14th, 1688, Johann Friedrich Fasch was a German composer known for his instrumental music and contributions to the development of the symphony and concerto forms during the Baroque period. Interesting. Very important forms that we will eventually talk about. So that was 1688. We talked about 1922. We talked about 1958. So 1971 comes next. Birthday of Britt Daniel of Spoon. Britt Daniel, born on April 14th, 1971, is the frontman of the indie rock band Spoon. Known for their innovative sound, Spoon, it's just kind of silly, has been influential in the indie music scene since the late 1990s. Well, that's cool. I like Spoons. I can't say I've ever listened to Spoon, the band. Ronnie Wood joins the Rolling Stones. April 14th, 1975 marked the announcement that guitarist Ronnie Wood would replace Mick Taylor in the Rolling Stones for their upcoming tour. Wood's addition brought a new dynamic to the band's lineup. And finally, 2017. Harry Styles tops UK charts with debut single. On this day in 2017, Harry Styles released his debut solo single, Sign of the Times, which quickly rose to number 1 on the UK charts, ending Ed Sheeran's 13-week reign with Shape of You. The song also achieved rapid success on the US iTunes charts. Wow, iTunes. It's been at least 8 years since anybody's talked about iTunes, so that's kind of a throwback. Well, finally, we did it. 20 minutes in, we got our history. Now it's time for the key of the day, and also to turn my piano on. Ooh, you know what I could do? I need to make a little intro song for the key of the day right now. I'm just going to go through Circle of Fifths. Oh, come on now. I should record that and just loop it. Alright, key of the day. Some people's favorite segment. Key of the day. Okay, and I've been writing these down. Where are you at? There you are. I've been writing these down so I can keep track. Last was 6. Did I accidentally just hit that? It did just say 6, so I guess that means 8. G major. Let me turn off my music. Do a 1 or 2 for major and minor. I don't know. I think we're just going to keep cycling. And whenever I do, because it's the same key, they are relatives. Whenever I do a key, I just do the minor relative of it as well. Come on over here. Don't be shy. What's up, Lucas? In the chat. oscillations are unusual and discouraged. That was cool. So we talked about that diminished chord and how useful it can be. So I'm doing an F sharp diminished chord. F sharp diminished, fully diminished. Remember, it's all minor thirds. 3 half steps. There it is. Now, I'm walking it down from the G. Diminished chords are just so fun to arpeggiate, which is like play different notes, all the notes in order, going up and down. Because each note of that diminished chord can be resolved from. I have a half a step from the E right here. So I'm going from the G, F sharp diminished, to the E minor. And it sounds really good. And then I'm going to a D sharp or a E flat. Maybe I should make that diminished. Oh, this is how music is made, folks. So from G, fully diminished, misterioso, to the E minor, which is related to the G, then E flat or D sharp diminished, which I'm gonna resolve, and look at that. Those 3 notes belong to the D7 chord, so it's a really natural. Like a little tension here and release. Remember, tension and release. the dominant pulls you back to the tonic. This little handy chart that they have in our book that I use in class. Look, it's all around me. I'm surrounded by chords. So this is a chord progression chart. I'm in a major key. Okay. Not again. You will remember this chart. You will memorize it. It will be your doctrine. Anyway, so where is that? There it is. So our key is 1. Our G is 1, right? And I'm going to the 6, which is the relative minor. And then I'm doing something that's not on this chord progression chart. I'm doing I did a diminished chord after that. So that was like a 7. Okay, so I did 1. 1 can go anywhere with this little dotted line. It can go anywhere. Woo, 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 woo. Anywhere it wants. And so I go here to a 7 diminished. Make it a fully diminished. And then that's supposed to go, I did a deceptive cadence without even realizing it. So 7 is supposed to go to 1. But things in this bracket are not predominant, they are dominant function. So you got your dominant chord here. 7 diminished has a dominant function. Also because it shares those 3 notes. 3 out of 4 of the dominant 7 chord. Okay? You can substitute a 5 with a 5-7 here. I hope you can read that. Okay? So I'm going here, which has the same function as 5. And then this, going from 5 to 6, a 5 functioning chord to a 6, is called a deceptive cadence. And then from there, what am I doing? I'm doing another dominant. Is that? It's literally the same chord. I thought I was being slick, but it's the same chord. Hold on. I forget to message. I thought, okay, I did not read your first message, and then I just thought, but cheeseburgers are incredible. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. Cheeseburgers are incredible. I was going to say something like a deceptive cadence is like a cheeseburger, because you take something bland, and it's still bland, but less bland. Alex, your taste in harmony is questionable. Just saying. And maybe even your taste in burgers, because burgers are amazing. And when properly sourced and produced, don't be a hater. When properly sourced and produced, they can be rather healthy. I make burgers, not all the time, but when I go to Sam's Club, which I love to shop at, and it's not a sponsor of me, but I will gladly take their money if they want to be. They have prime rib burgers, which are delicioso. There's my cello bridge. It was way off of there. Oh, I thought that said 940. Today, look at that number. That number just keeps jumping. So today, we are celebrating over 200 subscribers. Yay. Oh wait, I do have an applause. Let me find my applause. Ooh, cello bridge, you're in the way. Is this fun when I'm frantic? It's kind of fun. I think it would be just the end. Fret noise, breath noise, seashore, helicopters. Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Yay! Yay! Hooray! Where are they coming from? They are not bots that I have hired. No. They are coming from my advertisements. Are you talking about the applause? Applause is coming from my keyboard. I am advertising my content using YouTube, and so they're putting me out there in the algorithm, and it's working. It is working. But none of them are watching me live, at least as far as I know. But we got 4 people in chats, so please make sure you drop it in the chat. I'm going to drop mine in the chat too. My obligatory what's up chat. If I can get the right punctuation and the correct language. What's up, chat? Oh, man. And maybe spacing. What's up, chat? I should just make it one word. Hashtag what's up, chat. Hashtag, if you guys are on the social medias, if you are on the social medias and you would like to help with a little campaign I'm trying to do, Grok, what's up, chat? Grok suggested make me mod. I already have a mod, and I really don't need mods. I just did that to make Amanda happy. So, if you're on the socials, you know, the social medias and stuff, we need to make a hashtag go crazy. Okay? I'm creating a new hashtag, and you can help me. Let me see if I can put this on the screen. I think I can, because I could put text on the screen. Text. Create new text. What is it? Daily music key. Daily music key. DMK. That's not it. So, hashtag daily music key. I don't know if it's like obnoxious or what, but we're going to do it. We're going to try it. Hashtag daily music key. Did that just type up as I typed it? That's kind of cool. Let's put that down in the corner. I'm going to add that onto my other one. Hashtag daily music key. Make that go viral, y'all. Daily music key. We're going to go over here. We're going to say, oh, can I do that? Can I just add an existing one? I think I can. Hashtag DMK, not DMK. That's just what I named it so that I didn't have to type out daily music key. Hashtag daily music key. Oops. Just right over my forehead. Let me get that tattooed on my forehead. I'm not really into... Whoa! Upside down. That's fun. Daily music key. Oh, come on. Put that in the corner. Make it a little smaller. Please like and subscribe to support DHM. What up, cha? In the chat. Where is Bran? I don't know. Yo, you just missed an epic jam, or have you been in the chat all along and just silent? So we're celebrating over 200 subscribers. Let me put it over here too. Put it over here too. Add existing. Daily music key. You know, you gotta be, if you're gonna start a brand, you gotta be consistent with your brand. It's a lesson to all you entrepreneurs out there. DMK, daily music key. It's a Monday. I've got them Monday vibes going. Boom. And boom. Daily music key. Hashtag live music. Let me read off all my hashtags for you. If you want to share, you just joined. Well, go back a little bit. Watch me struggle at the beginning to get anything to work. And then watch my epic G major. I'm going to go back to that because we just kind of got off on a little tangent here. You don't need to see my phone password. Hey, my hashtags on these videos are hashtag piano tuning. Most boring hashtag ever. Hashtag music education. Hashtag musician life. Hashtag piano technician. Second most boring hashtag ever. Hashtag music production. Hashtag piano repair. Hashtag music lovers. Hashtag piano. Hashtag harpsichord. That's the third lamest hashtag there ever was. Hashtag, just wait, they get better. Hashtag music history live. Hashtag live music lessons. Hashtag daily music key. Hashtag live music. What do you think that is? Your daily reminder. I should I should do a hashtag stay hydrated. Because I firmly believe hashtag hungry, feast mode activated. Hashtag stay hungry. So, your body is over half water. I was corrected. My dad likes to correct me. He's probably watching now. His first comment ever on my live stream on Saturday was, "It's Eastern Daylight Time." And I was like, I thought it was. Anyway, it's always good to be able to take corrections. Especially from your dad, because you're going to get him anyway. Hey-o. Anyway. So, as I was stating, we did. From 1, we can go anywhere. We went to a 7. And, oh yeah, what I had a little realization there that I just was playing the same chord in a different inversion. So, F sharp, A, C. Would that be a D sharp? No, it would not. It would, E flat. So F sharp, because it's in the key. A, C, and it needs to be a third of some kind. So that's why I'm not going to call that a D sharp. It's an E flat. Earth NES emulator. Actually, is it the same? I will trust you because you have perfect pitch. It might be. Okay, so I played it here in this inversion with the F sharp on the bottom, which I'm considering to be root position, but really a fully diminished chord doesn't really have a root position because they're all the same. Just diminished going up. Yeah, I thought so. Anyway, so I played it here with the F sharp on the bottom, and then I played it in here with the E flat on the bottom to go to my D. Okay, so I had ooh, major 6, minor 6, minor 6, 7, excuse me. So that's a 1, 7, fully diminished, 6, if you want to make it a 6 minor 7, I think it makes it even better. It's kind of a 7 again. 5, 7 to 1. Ooh, that's kind of in my way. Let's see if I can do this. Let's put on. You know, I always talk about my DX sound, but I like that Rhodes piano too. DX. This is just kind of bright. And you know, to distill an instrument, a synthesizer like the DX7, down to one voice, kind of defeats the whole purpose. There are probably other ones. You know, it's showing a little picture of a DX. So this is also one. This is also one. Ooh, that's a good one. It's like a Rhodes. Anyway. So to distill such a complex instrument, okay, so the reason I have a plethora of information about the DX that we could talk about, but the reason that the DX7 is such a cornerstone of 80s synthesizer talking, the minor 6, minor 4, and nostalgia. I don't know, I'll address that in a second. But the DX7 was such a cornerstone of the 80s and became a cornerstone of synthesizers. I mean, like, just that sound makes you feel like the 80s, basically. It was like almost every song in the 80s had a DX7 in it. And the reason that it is such a unique instrument is because of the way that it creates sound. Okay, what it does, it was one of the first, what's up, Bran, in the chat. We're talking about the DX. So it was the first, I don't know if it was the first, but it was one of the earliest frequency modulating synthesizers, which meant that if you learned how to program the algorithm, and now everybody thinks, I don't know what that is. If you think algorithm, you think YouTube algorithm, TikTok algorithm, whatever algorithm that feeds you information. Well, an algorithm, let's look up the definition of algorithm, because it's just like a mathematical equation. Basically, well, I guess it's time for some background music, because it's getting time for some theory. I'm getting way down in the weeds here. Let's look up the word algorithm. Oh, I see, okay. Yeah. Dire docs. I'll have to look that up, but it's most likely copyrighted. Algorithm. Well, could you give me like an AI answer so I don't actually have to think, hey, there you go. Sequence of instructions to perform a task. That's very interesting. That applies to so many things. In mathematics and computer science, an algorithm is a finite sequence of mathematically rigorous instructions, typically used to solve a class of specific problems or to perform a computation. Okay, so an algorithm in the DX7, which is something I will also look up, DX7, Yamaha, 1983's debut of one of the greatest synthesizers ever created. We're going to take a detour from our regularly scheduled programming on this Monday. So this is what it looks like. Okay. You have, see, I told you some of them have two wheels, including the DX7. So this is your pitch bending wheel. And this is your modulation wheel. So the modulation wheel would maybe add some vibrato, or you could actually program it to do something else, or whatever else it would do. Right? You could program that wheel to do stuff, and each voice or each, setting on the keyboard would have a different function for that modulation wheel. Okay. Let's get some close-ups of the buttons. Can I zoom in on that? Ooh, look at that. The color scheme is so 80s. Oh, beautiful. Can I zoom in on that? No. And here's the kicker. It took a cartridge. That is like an original NES or Nintendo 64 game cartridge type situation. Is basically like a memory card. Like what you would have in a micro SD card right now. And you would just pop it in, and it had lots of voices, and you can buy these. I couldn't imagine how much those were back in the day. Probably very expensive. And I had a series of buttons. And I also had like a graph that showed you that is your attack envelope that we talked about. Oh my God, look at all these sounds. Look at all these pictures. Oh man, that's probably an original advertisement. I could geek out about the DX7 all day long. Look at these cartridges. Orchestral and percussive group, synth complex and effects group, master group, keyboard and plucked group, a custom group, because you're a freaking computer programmer and you can program this thing to do whatever you want, basically. Okay, but you're not. Most people were not, and so they just played. I think it had like 32, I think that's 16, 32, and then it had 64 because there were two layers of it. This thing is a beast. I'll bust it out one of these days here. I think I have the Mark II version of this. So that's the Mark I. Release price, just shy of $2,000. And look, it's basically holding its value. I mean, $200 maybe if it doesn't work, but up to $1,200. It's only lost $700 in value from 40 years ago. That's incredible. 42 years ago. Okay. So let's look at what Wikipedia has to say about the DX7. The Yamaha DX7 is a synthesizer, which we should probably look up. A synthesizer is an electronic musical instrument that generates audio signals. Synthesizers typically create sounds by generating waveforms through methods including subtractive synthesis, additive synthesis, and frequency modulation synthesis. Okay, so in very basic terms, subtractive synthesis is where you start with a sound and you take something away from it. And additive synthesis is where you create sound by adding layers of things on top of each other, like filters and other waves, okay, to get very complex waves. Frequency modulation is a form of sound synthesis, whereby the frequency of a wave is changed by modulating its frequency with a modulator. The instantaneous frequency of an oscillator is altered in accordance with the amplitude of a modulating signal. So there's some examples of what a waveform would look like under modulation. So the first example up top, the first graph, I can't move my cursor because then the picture will go away. The first picture on that graph shows you basically a sine wave, more or less a sine wave, up and down. That is a frequency, right? And then you see it undergoing some modulation. The top of that, the peak of that amplitude is being altered in a way. And then the opposite of the peak, the valley, is also undergoing the same equal and opposite modulation. And then you can see, I don't know what's going on in the next two, but something freaky is happening. Okay? Just know something freaky is happening in your synthesizer. Clip it. It was the first successful digital synthesizer and is one of the best-selling synthesizers in history, selling more than 200,000 units. In the early 1980s, the synthesizer market was dominated by analog synthesizers. Frequency modulating synthesis, a means of generating sounds via frequency modulation. Okay, just to clarify, is the encoding of information in a carrier wave. So a carrier wave, that's FM radio technology. If you have an old school car, and I mean even my Tesla has an FM radio antenna in it, you listen to radio, the broadcast of that radio is carried on a carrier wave. That's how FM radio works. And so this is the generating of sounds using FM technology. Okay, and it was kind of brand new at the time. The technology is used in telecommunications, radio broadcasting, signal processing, and computing. So there are a wide, you think about it. This was the computer revolution. Okay, the 1960s through the 1990s was the computer, just like the Industrial Revolution happened, it was the computer Industrial Revolution. And this was a musical expression of that. Okay, Stanford University. That's FM technology was created at Stanford University. FM synthesis created a brighter, glassier sounds and could better imitate acoustic sounds, such as brass, especially brass, and bells. Yamaha licensed the technology to create the DX7, combining it with very large-scale integration of chips to lower manufacturing costs. With its complex menus and lack of conventional controls, few learned to program the DX7 in depth. However, its preset sounds become staples of the 1980s pop music. In 1986, it was used in 40% of the number one singles on the US. 40% of the number one singles. I almost just kind of blazed over that. 40%, almost half of the number one singles in 1986 on the US Billboard Hot 100. Its electric piano, or EP sound, was particularly widely used. Okay, and I just love it. especially in power ballads. The English producer Brian Eno, one of my favorites, was proficient at programming his own sounds. Of course he was. He's a composer. And it was instrumental, haha, pun intended, to his work in ambient music. That was an album. Oops. Okay, maybe that's not an album. I think he has an album called Ambient Music. Chips based on the DX7 sound chip, such as the YM2612, were used in technologies such as the Sega Genesis. Somebody just said something about Super Mario 64. That's Nintendo, but Sega Genesis used the chip to create sounds. So you think Nintendo also used something similar? The DX7 was succeeded by FM synthesizers, including the DX1, DX21, DX27, and DX100. Ooh, we talked about that as a bass synthesizer. In later years, the DX7 sounds came to be seen as dated or cliched, and its use declined. You know what? It's DX7 day. I'm going to go grab my tiny DX7. I will be right back. You can't hear anything I just said. Dagnabbit. Well, what I was saying. I just pulled out the Mac Daddy DX7 and it didn't turn on. And so I was saying the last time I tried to use it was in class when I was teaching my digital music class, and it didn't turn on. So I got to go get that fixed, because when I first received it, it didn't turn on. And so all I had to do was bring it to my little repair shop, and they replaced it. Yeah, I laughed loudly. You or me, or both of us. It was just kind of sad, because I just looked up and I was like, you probably heard, you couldn't hear anything. You couldn't hear anything. So anyway, now that we are here and we have got this, is that too bright? I mean, I can at least see what I'm doing. Let me know. Yeah, I guess it doesn't have a glare. It's got a serious little kick to it here. This is the first sound. So I brought out the Mac Daddy one, and you probably saw me set it down here and then try to turn it on and play it a little bit, and nothing happened. So this, although it looks like it's a toy, this thing was not cheap. It was like $400. This is the DX Reface Edition. Reface DX. And so not only can you use it standalone, you can plug it into a USB, and you can also use it as a MIDI controller for your computer. And these are just some of the built-in sounds that are kind of, I don't know if they're modeled after the old DX sounds, but you know, it's only got 1, 2, 3 octaves on it, right? I have a Yamaha keytar that I'll bust out that also only has 3 octaves. It's the exact same length, and it's probably the exact same keyboard. But I have not only this amazing pitch wheel, but I also have an octave switcher. That's a fun little sound. But I mean, all of this to just tell you, Legend EP, this is the one. So all of this to tell you, like this, this is not the only sound that this instrument creates. I got a lot. I have 8 voices here. Let's see. Love it. That little crackling you're hearing is my cable. So the cool thing about this voice, I can hold down a note. And if I hold down another note while keeping this one down, right? Thank you, Alex. If I hold down another one, it goes to that voice, but if I keep that one down, it always goes back. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can hear me talking over this thing, but it always goes back to this one. If I hold any note down, so that's what you're seeing is I'm holding a single note down and then going everywhere else, and it's always coming back to here. One, two, three, four. And then if you hit them individually, it gives you like a nice... And it's got a little echo in there. You can hit effect and do like, it's got a long delay. And then I can make it longer if I want. Or deeper. That's what I do. I'm a composer. I generate music out of my ethos. Clip it. I need to learn how you did that clipping thing because I need to do that. Oh my god, I keep forgetting because I'm not doing it. Well, no, I need to do it because I need to figure out how to do it without downloading the whole entire video. So yeah, how did you do that? Because I saw, it shows me in my YouTube studio that you clipped a couple of little moments out of my thing. It was pretty funny watching those. But what I want to do is I want to clip those, like my jamming moments. It looks like we are just jamming today. It's been over an hour, and that's what we're doing. Today is DX Day. And that's what we're doing. We're not doing theory. We're doing daily music key, DX Day. I'm going to do hashtag DX Day. Okay. Time for some Taco Bell. I think that's the note. Taco Bell after you ate some weird mushroom. Don't do that. Not the note? It is. It is. But you can see, if I were to go in and alter the algorithm, I have a button here that alters the algorithm. This is Acougran. I'm assuming it means acoustic gran. Okay, I have a little button now that will switch the algorithm. Okay, these are the modulators, or the oscillators, excuse me. Oscillator is the sound generating unit. Okay, now the big DX has 6 of them. This one has 3 of them. Okay, so it's literally half of a DX. But just look at what happens. This is number 2. They're subtle sometimes. Sometimes not. This is the same voice. Oscillators. And this is the algorithm that is generating the sound. So I believe it was on number 2. Okay, so that's number 8. So do we have another bank? Where's our bank? Bank 2. So I believe, let's see, how many banks do I have? I have 4 banks of 8 sounds. Oh, math. 8, 16, 32. That's how I do math. So we just listened to 8 of them. Let's listen to all 32. Oh, I love this one. I love that. I hope you can hear that. That is epic. Oh my God. Is that annoying? I hope it is. It's called modem lead. Ooh, that's smooth. Anyway, that's... That's a whole octave. It's an interesting one. Tiny percussion. How do you like that modulation? I don't even know what I did. What did I do? Nope. Shout out to your dad. Dads are good for that. Hey, don't forget to get up tomorrow. You gotta go to school. Alright, so let me get through these voices here. Because again, these are just the presets. And this one is not nearly as... Oh, buzz siren. Watch out. Oh, that's fun. So... what am I saying? Hey, so... that's not the only thing that this does. You can program it. Let's go to bank 3. Oh, getting into... Ooh, here we go. Okay, so I got other functions over here, and I got a looper right here that I'm going to play with in a minute. That's always fun. Oh, that's a fun one. That's fun. That's fun. We're just having fun over here. I was hoping you could read that a little bit better if I turned that light off, but I guess not. Cheese organ. Oh my god, there was so much going on right there. Secondary dominance of secondary dominance. B, go into 6. 1, 5 of 4, 4, 5, 1. So, regular 3. Dominant 7 of 5 of 6. Tertiary dominant. I like that. That's a fun term. I don't know if it's actual real though, but hey, whatever. All right. Oh, that's fun. My foot's going numb. Why is that happening? Been sitting on my keister too long today. Oh, yes. They're landing. They are landing. Good night. How can you leave? I haven't even gotten to the looper yet. Anyway, we'll find a real sound to do that with. That's a fun one. Let's do that. Oh. Oh, I don't like that. I have to redo that. Let's put on a click. Oh, come on, you poop. Nope, 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 nope. No, I need another beat there. No, no, no. Dang it, it's too long, but anyway. Oops. Oh my god. This is why looping is difficult. We'll start simple. Okay, it's gonna have to work. Isn't that fun? Let's try another voice. Oh, way too low. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Yo. Whoa. I don't know why you would want a sound to sound like that. Legend EP. I don't like that. I want it to be 8. Just keep going with that. That was a cool one. That was cool. That was cool. Let's try one of these. We're going to call it quits here pretty soon, but there are 3 of you in here watching, and there are none of you in here chatting. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like this weird, freaky music that I'm making. I'm sure you do. Let me know if you're going to use my new hashtag. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, daily music key. Use it. Make it popular. Make it pop off. Daily music key. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm also doing some daily music history. Music history live. Live music lessons. Daily music key. Live music. Those are my hashtags, along with piano tuner. How boring. Anyway. Oh, I lost a couple subscribers. That's okay. Dash okay. I'm adding like 10 a day, which is kind of crazy. So I can afford to lose a few. Especially because I'm celebrating over 200. So 237 is over 200. It was 241 when I started, but that's okay. Anyway, let's do a loop. So this is a touchscreen over here. These are buttons, but like I can slide and make the tempo go whatever I want. Let's see. Whoa, that's that's not what I want. That's funny. Ah, 15. Oh, come on. How about we quantize it? Can you do that after the fact? No, you cannot. Oh no. Okay, this is not gonna work. So every layer that I add on top of that one is just gonna interrupt that. Anyway, that was cool. Every note I play is gonna interrupt the bottom note, so that voice will not work. What did he say? What did he say? Was it a B flat? Sounds like the Taco Bell sound. B or an E with a B overtone. I don't know. You'll have to tell me if that was right. How about you quit ringing? Yeah, that's it. It is an E. Dang. Perfect pitch is wild, yo. You know what I mean? It's definitely an E. Now that I hear it, I'm like, yep, that's the note. Okay, let's try one here. We'll call it a day after this. But you heard that Taco Bell. 24. I was not far off. So let me turn that down for a second. That's gonna keep going. So my relative pitch has always been down a step. So I heard the D and I was like, that's it. It was it. Just up a step. Don't know how that works. So music production is all about layers. So that's what this looper is all about. Let's see if I can get another one in here. So 5 the first time. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you hear me noodling around. Instead of yelling over that, I'll just turn it down. I have a volume control. So you hear me noodling around before I hit the record button so I can kind of figure out a little bit of what I want to do. And then I can just jam. I have a nice layer. I have a lovely thick layer of music happening underneath me, and it's all in the key of G. It's all on the chord of G. I didn't go anywhere else, so I don't have to follow anything else. I can just jam in the key of G. And the pitch bend affects everything. That was a cool ending. Well, anyway, I think that should about do it. We're going to end on that high note. Welcome to our first DX Day. I hope you had fun. I know I did. I could talk about the DX for at least an hour and 43 minutes and 38 seconds. Maybe even more. There are a number of videos on YouTube about the DX. I'm going to cue my ending music. Talk me out a little bit. There are a number of videos talking about the DX on YouTube, so you should check those out if you are so inclined. And I really hope you enjoyed today. Today was just a little impromptu. It started off a little rough, so those of you who were there from the beginning, thank you. Remember, you're here at Durante's House of Music, where the microphone does not like to do what I want it to do. We'll have to fix that. We'll have a little chat afterwards, won't we? So, welcome to, this has been another one of the greatest jam streams. I agree. It was all jam all the time. Jamming Mondays. Usually Fridays are when I like to jam. But this was pretty cool, and I got off on a tangent. Started off a little rough, but we got it together. And I got to talk about my favorite synthesizer and tell you that it's more than just one sound on one keyboard. It is a plethora of sounds, and it uses algorithms and frequency modulation, and now you know what all of those mean, hopefully. If not, you're going to fail my test later. But anyway, it's been so much fun here on this Monday, not a Wednesday, not on any other day. But, there's that diminished chord in the background there. So that should make you feel better. Or slightly uneasy, whichever it may be. But, again, this is Durante's House of Music. I've been Tom Durante, as I always have. And I would like to invite you to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever I go live and do crazy things with music online. And so we have been joining every day to do our little music history. Come back for more every day, every weekday. Fridays we do some jams. That tells me I need to wrap it up. Saturdays we do some repair work. I might bring you into the workshop at some point because I got a lot of work I need to do, and instead of doing that, I'm doing this. But anyway, come back for more here at Durante's House of Music. Make sure you share this stream with your friends if they are interested in music, in the musical arts, and in some crazy weird guy with a purple beard playing tiny keyboards, such as this lovely, beautiful instrument. And come back to watch our journey. Be a part of our journey. Very soon, we'll be having a community of like-minded people where you can share your ideas. And I'm just going way past my cutoff, but that's okay, because this is my live stream, and I can do whatever I want. I could just start all over again if I wanted to. But I won't, because I'm a little tired, and it's been a long Monday. I even moved a piano today, after teaching for 8 hours. So that was fun. And then I still made it here on time. I wasn't sure that I would. I was a little bit late starting off because I had some technical stuff going on. But I was not sure. I think I was just waiting for Grok to work. But I was not even sure I would make it here on time. But I did. And you did too. So please come back for more. Somebody just joined in. It's the end. Sorry. Come back for more. Make sure you rewind if you just joined us. Thank you for joining us. Hit that like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification. Share this show with your friends. And even with your enemies. Because you need to be good to yourselves. You need to be good to other people. You need to remember that your body is mostly water. Stay hydrated. Water does you so many good things. It's time to go now. Have a great night. I will see you tomorrow. Just a little note. I turned all my stuff off so I can't actually play a note. There's a note. A little note. I'll most likely be here tomorrow and Wednesday. There you go. See, I knew it's not just for me, the water thing. I'll be here tomorrow. I will be here Wednesday. And I'll be here Friday with a special Good Friday edition of the Jam. I'll have all day without school to be prepared for that. But Thursday night is my orchestra concert, so come and see us. It will be at 7. I probably can't live stream that, so I won't. But maybe I'll show you some clips later, but I'm not sure. But if you are in my area and you want to come out and support the orchestra, feel free to do so. The concert will be at 7. It will be our final concert of the year, and I will be honoring my first graduating class of seniors who have been with me all 4 years. This is my 4th year at Lakewood Ranch. And so I had these students as freshmen, and they stayed with me all 4 years, and now they are seniors. And it's a little bit sad, but they are going to be graduating, moving on to better things. Not necessarily better things, but bigger things, and starting their life and doing what they got to do. So I wish them well. and it's a little sad. I haven't quite processed it yet, but I'm sure Thursday will be fun. And here I am talking over emptiness, which just reminds me it's time to go. So, have a great night. I will see you tomorrow.